is a Reddit mess. This is me just reading Reddit stories, adding some commentary, a little bit of reactions, and some advice. Okay, so please don't forget to like and subscribe. Again, if you followed me from TikTok, thank you so much. I appreciate you. Okay. The subreddit is relationship advice. The title is My Girlfriend, 21 female of 18 months, asked me, 22 male, preference about her pubic hair and now finds me revolting. So yesterday, my girlfriend casually asked how I prefer pubic hair to be groomed. She usually keeps hers short but neat. I assumed she was looking to change things up and wanted my opinion. So I answered honestly and said that I find completely shaven attractive. But in the grand scheme of things, I couldn't care less. It's not a turnoff if there's hair and that I like the way she has it now. Well, it turns out she had a lecture today at college. She studies psychology. Oh, Lord. So basically, right off the back, it sounds like she was testing him. It was a test. He failed. It was a trap. That's basically the gist that I'm getting. Like, he fell into the trap. She studied psychology, and the topic was on pedophiles. Apparently, one of the talking points was that pedophiles are attracted to the lack of body hair. When she told me this, I asked her, are you seriously calling me a pedophile? Because I find completely shaven attractive. Can I just point out that you're 21 and not 12? She basically skirted around my questions and then stormed out of the apartment when I kept pressing her on it. As she left, she called me revolting and is now ignoring my calls and text messages. Well, what the hell? And then he goes on to say, honestly, not even sure where to go from here. We've never had any issues and was planning on proposing in the next year. Where has this even come from? Ooh. Honestly, again, I'm going to say after reading all of that, it really does sound like it was a trap. Like she set him up and in her mind, he failed. I do feel like the girlfriend was overreacting because if your cookie box is, well kept up and it's either shaven or it's neatly trimmed, how are you going to get upset by your partner stating that that's how he liked it, but he couldn't care less? Honestly, in my mind, this really was a trap and he honestly failed. So the subreddit's relationship advice. The title is I'm 33 male, wife's 32 female, said her ex's name while we were having an intimate moment. And by intimate, I mean, all that great stuff. Anyways, they say it's too long to write. Wife says an ex's name while we're having the moment, we're doing the deed. And now I question what's going on. Should I be looking into this if she's cheating? I mean, literally though, like, can you imagine, like, you're doing the deed, like, you're being intimate with your partner, not even your partner, your spouse, someone that you married to, someone that you said, I do, for better and for worse, committed, beginning and the end. Like, can you imagine you're having this moment and they say someone else's name? I can't. I literally can't. So getting into it, my wife and I have been married for 4 years. 4 years! Person for 4 years. You said I do. Again, I have to say that. You said I do for better and for worse. You made a commitment to this individual. So for 4 years, then you're doing the deed, and then your partner says someone else's name. What the hell? Okay, now I'm done with my rant. Anyways, so we've been married for 4 years, and we have a 2-year-old. We dated on and off for 3 years before getting married. Last night, she says her ex's name while we were doing the deed. She gave some weird excuse as to why. She said it's a common name. It's a very common name and must have heard it recently. If he really bought that, oh my gosh. It doesn't matter how common a name is. At the end of the day, she said someone else's name besides you. So that means she's thinking about this person. She's thinking about this common name while you guys are doing the deed, while you guys are having an intimate moment, and it wasn't you. Ooh. Anyways, but I wasn't going to start a big argument with her at that time. It since has gotten me worried about why she did that. Babe, she did that because she was thinking about the person. She was thinking about that person. For some background, this was a guy she was with for a couple of years before I met her. They met in college and they were serious for some time. They had broken up when I met her and decided they were better as friends. They were friends for years before they dated. We started dating, but he remained in the picture. Ooh. He was her best friend And foremost, I grudgingly went along with it for her. Several months passed and I put my foot down and I say it's uncomfortable for me. There was some resistance, but she steps back from him. Every time we broke up, she was with him. Ooh. We finally reconciled and got engaged. He apparently did not know this and stopped talking to her. She was devastated, which should have been a red flag. We talked about it and she was happy she had chosen me. Honestly, that's really not the red flag. I mean, that's one of the red flags here, but honestly, the red flag should have been the fact that every time you guys broke up, she went back to him. So it seems to me you were just a placeholder. That's honestly the vibe that it's giving me. Like, okay, like if this doesn't work out, I have my safety net, and the safety net being this person that she had been going back to every time that you guys didn't work out. Ooh. Getting back into it. Now, after this has happened, I'm tempted to see if she's gotten back in contact with him. I know she's checked on his social media because I saw the searches on the laptop. She doesn't know I know that. I don't think she'd cheat on this guy, but was always different for her. Do I just confront her? Do I start going through her phone? Or am I being paranoid? I don't want to know if you're playing me. Keep it on the low, 'cause my heart can't take it anymore. That's the vibe he's giving me. He don't want to know. This is too much. This is honestly giving me that he doesn't want to know. Like, he doesn't want to know, so he's going to turn a blind eye. Because how do you sit up there, you're intimate with your partner, this is happening, she says someone else's name. I really want to know, like, did you finish doing the deed after your partner said, someone else's name? And then you just left it at whatever, crap excuse that she gave you? That's it? And now you're contemplating, like, if you're being paranoid, like if you should dig through her phone or her laptop. Like, you already saw that she's still searching this person up. Babe. So the subreddit is relationship advice. The title is 38 male. I just found out that my brother, 19 male, has been perving on my wife, who is a 37 female. Let's get into this. So, throwaway because I'm the only one that knows. Background, my brother has been staying with us since lockdown. After his university closed, he couldn't stay with our parents because they just sold the house and moved to a one-bedroom apartment. And our sister lives in a different part of the country. He was the oops baby. Not the oops baby. He was the oops baby of the family, so I hope that explains the age gap. My wife and I have a 5-bedroom home, but currently don't have children. We decided to adopt 2 kids in our 40s, so we let him stay here. My brother has always been different. He's a bit of a loner and doesn't have a lot of friends outside of his online group. He's a shy, geeky kid, but otherwise all right, or so I thought, when you get to know him. So here's what happened. So a few nights ago, I was walking to the fridge after waking up in the middle of the night. Wife and I were sleeping early, and I saw my brother working on something out as I got closer. I saw a very compromising picture of my wife, cleavage shot, and she was gardening. He noticed me and quickly closed the window as he was watching porn. I was too shell-shocked to say anything at that time, and he just smiled awkwardly and ran to his room with the laptop. What I want to know is, if I would have saw that, I'm just like really trying to picture myself, like, if I was like a man, right? And then I had my little brother coming in, living with me and my spouse, and then I come up on you, and I see that you have a picture of my spouse with her boobs popping out gardening, and then on top of that, you're doing porn. The way I would have tackled his ass down, there's no way. You're not making it into the room. I would have tackled you down, and I would have looked into your laptop to see everything else that you were doing right then and there immediately. Immediately, it would have got handled right then and there. But getting back into it. So, when I realized that something was up, I knew I had to find out. But you didn't feel it in your gut when you saw a picture of your wife gardening and he was watching porn on top of that? You didn't see it? You didn't feel like something was up right then and there? So the next day I asked my brother to pick up some groceries and some lunch for us while he was away. I went into his room, something I've never done since he's moved in, and well, it wasn't pretty. I saw a couple of my wife's bras and some of her panties, which I can only assume he used to pleasure himself. I took his laptop and I snooped through it. I knew his password because I borrowed his Crunchyroll account to watch his anime my friend recommended. There I saw some of the most sickening entries I've ever read. There was pictures of my wife in a towel, her working out, her in compromising positions, etc. All taken without her consent by the looks of it. The boy even logs every time he touches himself to the image of my wife. Do you know how much dedication that has to be? Like the dedication to sit up there and write down log by log every time you touch yourself to the thought of your brother's partner. And then on top of that, I'm very curious, like, how did the wife, where was he at? Like, I'm very curious, like, where he was hiding at when he's like taking all these pictures. I don't know, like, I'm very curious, like, where do you hide at? Like, the pictures were my wife in a towel. So like, does she not lock the doors? I guess not. If she, shit. Anyways, so he, getting back into it, he sometimes listens in on us when we have sex. Stop. Oh my God. What the hell? So my wife can be a bit loud, but we didn't think it would be a problem since his bedroom was in a different part of the house. Guest bedroom. I left the room feeling like I needed a shower. It was absolutely disgusting. Now I don't know what to do. I find myself fighting the urge to pummel him into the next week after I see him. I haven't told my wife yet because I'm 100% she would feel violated and disgusted. So I want to find the best solution first before doing so. I so desperately want to kick him out, but he has nowhere else to go. Even if I do, what should I tell my parents? The truth? This was almost likely to break the family apart. I do planning on telling my wife soon, but if I do, I can almost guarantee she would want nothing to do with him and would never want to visit the family if he's around. I'm so lost right now. Any advice will help. Still fighting the urge to beat my brother to a bloody pulp. If you're wondering, edit, he goes, if you're wondering, I did take pictures as proof. First off, I would definitely discuss with my brother, like, I mean, it doesn't really matter what he was thinking. He did it at the end of the day. Like, his brother would have to go. His brother would have to go. I wouldn't care. I wouldn't care if he had nowhere else to go. Like, he would have to go. Now, I wouldn't go tell, like, my parents. I would just keep it between me and him. But he would have to leave. Because that's so inappropriate. Like, at 19, you're very well aware of what's going on. Awkward or not, I don't care. You're very well aware about what you're doing. And it's not right. So the fact that, yeah, he would have to go. He would have to go. And then, yes, like, he definitely should tell his wife. Like, his wife has the right to know about what's been happening. Period. I mean, am I tripping? And because I know I have male followers, so if you can just be so kindly to put down your thoughts in the comments, like, what would you do in that situation? Because this is coming from a woman's perspective. Like, I feel like he should tell his wife, but he should also address it to, like, his brother. Like, there's no reason to tiptoe around it. Yeah, that's my opinion. So the subreddit is relationship advice. The title is My Husband, Male 26, Ignored Our Safe Word While Trying Consensual Non-Consent, and I'm torn. First off, let me Google what that means. I'm going to safely assume that means, like, you're trying to serve a fantasy of being taken advantage of. Oh. That's weird. So basically it's just it. So someone explains consensual non-consent as basically being a BDSM type of play in which everyone involved agrees to behave in a manner that mimics non-consensual behavior. So basically, yes, it's basically very much so giving being taken advantage of. That's very interesting. That's a very interesting kink, but I'm not here to kink shame anybody. If you all agree with it, you like it, I love it, okay. Keeping it moving, getting back into the story. Husband is 26 male and I, 20 female, have been exploring more when it comes to sex. One of the things we just recently come across is CNC. We both agreed to do and came up with a safe word as advised. While we were into it, he became extremely rough with me. I said our safe word because I wanted to stop, but he ignored it. I said it again. He ignored it once more. I started trying to push him off and he just held me back down until he finished. Again, I am going to say sometimes vanilla sex is okay. It's okay to just be missionary, doggy, maybe a little cute little 69. It's okay to do vanilla stuff. This right here, when you start doing stuff like this, I don't really know much about this, but when you start doing big stuff like this is when it's very important to be able to trust your partner and know that your partner has your best interest when it comes down to this kink stuff. Whew, Lord Jesus. I can only imagine how this person felt, because it's disgusting. It's disgusting to be intimate with your partner. You're trying to explore your sexuality, like your different type of kinks and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, like, you still want to be comfortable with your partner, and for your partner to ignore your safe word, basically telling them stop, and to keep on going until they finish, it really does show that they don't care. Like, you feel like an object. Like, you feel like you're not even a person sometimes. And I can speak on this because this has happened to me before, where it's like I have been intimate with someone and I wasn't doing I wasn't doing all of this. I wasn't doing all of this. It was very vanilla, it was very bland, but there was a time where I didn't want to do it. Like, I wasn't into it, and literally to know, like, you're not physically into something, like you're not feeling it, and your partner still proceeds to finish, sensing that your partner isn't into it, it's very sick. It's very disgusting. It's all the above. It really is giving, like, I don't care about you. I don't respect you. I only care about myself. That's what this is giving. This is very much so giving, I only care about myself. I only care about finishing. I don't really care about you. Like, you're not even a person at this moment in time. Like, you're just a body, and I'm going to complete the job. That's what this gives. It's disgusting. But getting back into it, he's been treating me like an asshole ever since. I told him what he did was wrong, and he ignored our safe word. He told me that I'm overreacting and that he made it more fun and realistic. Made it more fun for who? It's not fun if only one person is enjoying it, babe. Like, that's right off the bat. Like, you're already showing like who you are as a person. I feel really bad for this person. Extremely bad. And it sucks that she has to get, like, an idea of who the person that she married by doing something as intimate as doing the deed. Anyways, getting back into it again, I told him he borderline took advantage of me. And he said it's not possible for a husband to take advantage of his wife. Again, it sucks that she had to marry this person to figure out what type of person he really is. Because who says that? Who says something like that? Getting back into it again, he's also treating it as if I've done something wrong. I made dinner for us. He waited until I was finished and said that he's eating out after watching me spend an hour and a half cooking dinner. I don't know what to do. Leave. Seek therapy. He needs help. Honestly, I mean, there's like a list of things that I can possibly say. He sounds like a narcissist. I know, like, narcissists have been thrown around a lot, but genuinely, like, he fits the description here. Like, he sounds very sick in the mind. The fact that he feels entitled to your body because you guys are married, that he feels as though he can't take advantage of his spouse. The fact that he doesn't care about how you feel. The fact that now he's just being petty and making you feel like you did something wrong, when in reality, he did something wrong. So he's deflecting. There's so many different things that I can say about this.